As a techie, I oftentimes like to experiment with various different types of hardware that I can tinker around with. And today I have a handful of those that I'd like to show you. First, I have here a Arduino Nano. This is a small microcontroller that can do all kinds of amazing things. There's a much larger version of this, the full-sized Arduino Uno, which is well known and heavily used as well. These are great to experiment with. They've got a variety of different input and output ports, and they're a whole lot of fun. They're kind of the de facto standard for most hobbyists right now to tinker around with, but there's a lot of other ones that are equally fun to play with a slightly different target market. This here is the Microbit. This is a small microcontroller that was developed in the UK primarily to get to students to allow them to tinker with electronics. It's a little bit different than the Arduino controller. You'll see here it's got a bunch of LEDs on it. It's got two little buttons here to control left and right. It's got an accelerometer so you can measure movement with it. So this has a lot of built-in functionality that doesn't exist with the Arduino. You also notice these connectors here. You can slide it in almost like an old Nintendo cartridge into different types of things to connect it with other hardware. And here we have the Pi board. This is a Python-based board that's kind of like an Arduino, except it's Python-based and once again intended for hobbyists to tinker around, but allowing you to control everything using Python. And finally, here we have an ESP32 board. Now, this is far more than just the Arduino. This is basically an entire computer system on a chip. These come with all different types of different things in them. This one, I believe, has Wi-Fi on it and all kinds of other stuff. These are really powerful chips that you can do all kinds of amazing things with. So if you're interested in tinkering with hardware, those are some really cool starting points for some neat technology to make your own gadgets.